People often imagine high intelligence as something obvious: quick answers, impressive vocabulary, academic success. But in reality, having an extremely high IQ doesn't always look the way people expect. In fact, some of the most intelligent individuals move through the world in ways that seem unusual, even contradictory. Because high intelligence is not just about thinking faster. It's about thinking differently. One of the most consistent psychological traits is overanalysis. Individuals with very high IQs tend to process information at multiple layers simultaneously. While most people arrive at a conclusion and move on, they continue exploring alternative possibilities, hidden variables, and long-term implications. This creates depth, but it also creates hesitation. Simple decisions can feel complex because they see too many angles at once. This connects to another pattern: decision fatigue. When your brain constantly evaluates multiple outcomes, even small choices can become mentally exhausting. What others experience as routine, you experience as a series of calculated possibilities. Over time, this can lead to avoidance, not because of laziness, but because the cognitive load is too high. There's also a heightened sensitivity to inconsistency. People with high IQs tend to notice contradictions quickly, in logic, in behavior, in systems. They pick up on patterns others miss. This can make conversations feel frustrating when things don't align. It's not about being critical. It's about having a brain that is wired to detect flaws in structure. Interestingly, emotional depth is often stronger than people assume. High intelligence does not eliminate emotion. It can intensify it. The difference is that emotions are often analyzed rather than simply felt. This creates a layer of distance. They may understand their feelings intellectually, but still struggle to fully experience or express them in real time. Another common trait is a preference for mental stimulation over social stimulation. Conversations that lack depth can feel draining. Small talk may feel repetitive or unnecessary. As a result, individuals with high IQs may withdraw from social environments that don't provide intellectual engagement. This can be misinterpreted as arrogance or disinterest, when it's actually a search for meaningful input. There's also a tendency toward independence. When you can process complex problems on your own, relying on others may feel inefficient. Over time, this reinforces self-reliance. But it can also create isolation. Not because connection isn't valued, but because compatible thinking styles are harder to find. Perfectionism often appears as well. With the ability to see what something could be at its highest level, it becomes difficult to accept average outcomes. This can drive high standards, but it can also lead to dissatisfaction. The gap between vision and reality becomes more visible and harder to ignore. Another subtle pattern is asynchronous development. Cognitive abilities may be far ahead, while emotional or social experiences develop differently. This mismatch can create a sense of being out of place, especially in early life. You understand things quickly, but that doesn't always translate into feeling understood. There is also a strong relationship with curiosity. High IQ individuals often have an intrinsic need to explore ideas, systems, and concepts. Learning is not just a task, it's a form of stimulation. When that stimulation is absent, boredom can feel intense, even uncomfortable. However, one of the most overlooked traits is mental restlessness. A mind that is constantly active rarely settles easily. Even in moments of stillness, thoughts continue running, analyzing, questioning, connecting. This can make relaxation difficult. Silence is not always quiet internally. It's important to understand that these traits are not universal, and they are not absolute indicators of intelligence. But when they appear together, they create a pattern, a way of experiencing the world that is more layered, more intense, and sometimes more demanding. Having a very high IQ doesn't automatically make life easier. In some ways, it makes it more complex. Because when you see more, you process more. And when you process more, you carry more than most people realize.